Hello there, fellow MCs. I'm Scythe, and today we're getting back into the house in Fata Morgana. We are still in 1603. 1603, not 1806. The shapes were similar. Whatever. We're still in 1603, and we are talking to our father, it would seem. We still have to figure out what is going on here. Nothing really has happened. All that we know is that the white-haired girl has now moved in to the Rose Manor. So yeah, we will see how all that develops. I do believe that Nellie, Mel's little sister here, is gonna be very jealous. So we'll see how that turns out. But that's it. Let's go. You have my thanks, Father. And I apologize for being late today. Oh, Father. Not my father, but Father. Now there's something unusual. You not being punctual. Maybe next we'll go a whole month without rain. Do have mercy on next year's crops, Mel. You hyperbolize, Father. So, did something nice happen? Huh? You look like you're in good spirits. Do I? Oh no, it's nothing. Something did happen, didn't it? It's all over my face, isn't it? People prefer an open book to a face of stone. So it is. People may prefer it, but it's not a good trait to have for social engagement. What? Not the kind of engagement you'll be having anyway. I'm sorry. Don't look so dejected. For now at least, there's nothing wrong with that. So tell me, who has you in such a joyous mood, Mel? You torment me so, Father. We're taking on another maid. You know how that goes, right? Someone new comes and things get lively for a while. All the excitement has gotten to me, that's all. Oh ho ho. Why are you looking at me like that? No reason, no reason. So, what family does the little lady come from? Oh, I don't actually know. You don't know? I was going to ask her, but I missed my chance. Father has returned home, and I can't speak to Mother. She caught your eye, has she? Yeah, she has. But the truth is, you're more than just interested in her, are you not? What? No, I You truly do enjoy tormenting me. Well, I should be getting home now. Mel. Yes? Make certain you find out where she's from. If you're genuinely interested in her, it is your responsibility to determine if she's actually suitable for you. Thank you, and excuse me. It doesn't matter if she's from an esteemed family or not. No, I'm not in love with her, I'm just interested. This isn't love, no. It couldn't be. This is me we're talking about. Besides, I hardly even know her. Young sire, please, young sire, alms for the poor. It's the same beggar as before. I don't think he's moved since then. But he looks skinnier than last time. He's going to have trouble making it through the summer. I should give him something while I still have the chance. Alms for the poor, have mercy. Sorry, but this is all I have to give you. Thank you very much. Blessings upon you. May the Lord bless your soul, young sire. Thanks. I feel bad for him, but that's just the way of the world. Farewell. The skies are really clear. The sun shone fiercely down on the town that day. As was characteristic of the area, cloudy days and rain were frequent during this season, but the sun almost always took the stage the day after a storm. The cathedral standing tall in the center of town, the stone-paved streets clacking with a pleasant sound of footsteps, the people peering out from beneath the awnings to look up at the sky. In Mel's eyes, it was as if they were blessed by a divine light. However, not everyone living in the same land was equally blessed. In fact, the blessed were far outnumbered by the Forsaken, even if their time would later come to be referred to as the Golden Age. Elsewhere, back at the mansion, Nellie was causing trouble for the Abigails. On a whim, she had decided to redecorate her bedchamber, so she gathered the maids and put them to work, shouting orders and demands and complaints. And she had not summoned only her personal servants, but others as well, including the white-haired girl. No, not like that. How many times must I tell you? The tapestry goes by the door. And I don't like the carpet's pattern. Is there anything else we can change it with? Hey, who put this ugly vase here? Nellie appeared to be rather irritated, and it was the servants who bore the brunt of her frustration. Though if they found this similarly vexing, none of them showed it. She was a girl who spoke her mind, a trait particular to that time in history. Women of the Golden Age were so vivacious, in fact, that it's inspired parody and satire in foreign countries. But no matter how hands-off her parents were, had Nellie been born a generation earlier or a generation later, she likely would not have been able to act so free-spirited. That day, however, Nellie did not seem to be her usual self. Though she always spoke her mind, it rarely went beyond being childishly adorable. It was unusual to see her in such a foul mood, not even a smile on her face. Get rid of it all! The carpet, the chair, the desk, it's all so ugly. Don't we have anything better? If we don't, then order it, have it made. You can do that much, can't you? Hurry up and replace it. Having only arrived that morning, the white-haired girl was unsure what she was supposed to be doing, caught in the middle of a flurry of maids and furniture and fabric. She chased frantically scrambling Abigails with her eyes and made attempts to help, but not being familiar with the work, she only ended up getting in their way. She probably felt that everyone would be better off with her and not in the room. So when the maids ordered to get new furniture made their way out of Nellie's room, she attempted to follow them. You hold on a second. You, yes, you, with the white hair. However, Nellie stopped her before she could take her leave. What? The white-haired girl turned back, bewildered, to find Nellie smiling at her. The corners of her mouth turned up into a self-assured grin. There was no trace of timidity or uncertainty in her demeanor. Her flaxen eyes seemed like they would look nicer under the light of the sun. Almost the exact opposite of the white-haired girl. I wanted to talk to you, actually. But Mother never was one to share. I asked her to trade maids, but she wouldn't have it. Trade? You mean for... Which is why I decided to completely redecorate my room, because then I would need some extra hands. Oh, sneaky. But why? Because Mother and Father refused to tell me anything. Why is that? Who are you exactly? Where did you come from? Tell me, what house are you from? Why can't you tell me? If we took you in, you must be from a fairly decent family. As a member of the Rhodes family, I have a right to know. Do I not? You can't expect me to welcome a girl into my home who won't even tell me where she came from. I don't know anything about you. I haven't seen you at any parties. I came from another country. Another country? What country? Somewhere very, very far away. Oh? North of here? East? West? South? Yeah. South. It's south of here. Across the sea to get here, which is why we have never met before. How far did you have to travel then? How many times did the sun rise and how many stormy nights did you face? Innumerable days and nights we sailed, heading even further north. So tell me. Now, Lady Nelly. That is the most wonderful painting. She just tried to brush me off. I won't let her get away that easy. Painting? It's in my room, so of course it's wonderful. But that one's especially so. They're both so adorable. You, Lady Nelly, and Lord Mel. How old were you when it was painted? Huh? Ah, that painting! Goodness, yes, you have a good eye for art. It is magnificent, isn't it? This one was done when I was 4 and Mel was 7. You see how we're standing next to each other holding hands? That's unfortunately really bad. I mean, it's for the sake of making the... It's the aesthetics of the game. But I really wanted to see that picture. I was too young to remember it very well, but Mel looks like he was really embarrassed. But standing there like statues makes for a boring painting. Nell explained brightly. Having completely forgotten she was pressed up against the white-haired girl, she did a little twirl, stopping to face the portraits. Though many paintings lined the walls of her room, Nell was the most fond of the one of her and her brother. 2 darling siblings side by side, the older brother smiling kindly and the younger sister sweetly tilting her head, her cheeks the color of fresh-picked apples. It was like the very embodiment of their happiness. A painting lays its subjects bare, you know, fortune and misfortune, happiness and sorrow, enshrined on a canvas for all to see. And this reflection is not merely limited to the point in time it was made either. Did you know, Master, that paintings are alive? They are drawn with a brush over an extended stretch of time, unlike photographs, which capture a singular moment. The two have their own individual merits, but a photograph is still, while a painting moves. Portraits reveal the past and the present state of those they depict. Mel and I have always been close. I would sing songs for him and he would teach me about all sorts of things. He's so smart. Nowadays, Mel hardly ever goes on walks with me, making excuses like, I'm an adult now. But we used to spend a lot of time playing together in the rose garden. I see. The white-haired girl normally had difficulty smiling, but her lips naturally curled upward as Nellie reminisced. A vision of the 2 happy siblings had probably swelled up in her mind. And I imagine there was a faint trace of envy in her heart as well. Lady Nellie, you love Lord Mel quite deeply, I see. Yes, of course I do. Mel's smart and he's studious and he's incredibly kind. For my birthday he gave me this wonderful rose necklace. The jewelry shop he got it from is famous because even the royal family makes commissions from their workshop. So he had to order it months in advance. Just for me. He is a prince. Oh? He's pretty charming, wouldn't you say? That's why I call him my prince. But you know what? Mel is a terrible dancer, and he still hasn't got his feet on the ground yet, and he's so bad at interacting with girls. So there's no one else who could say that about him. He is quite a gentleman. I assumed women would be drawn to him. Gentleman? Have you met Mel already? This morning, briefly. That reminds me, Mel seemed to know about her too. What do you think about Mel? As I said, he's a gentleman. That's not what I mean. Don't think I'll let you get away with putting any funny ideas in his head. What? Mel is too trusting, he's pure of heart, so I won't stand for you trying to take advantage of him. I would never. So you say, but you actually want to get close to him. I wouldn't dream of it, Lady Nelly. He's a man far beyond my reach. You aren't planning on doing anything, are you? Not at all. And you don't have any romantic feelings for him, do you? Well, do you? I have no... I have no romantic feelings for him, Lady Nelly. And you won't develop any. I will not. And with that, Nelly gave a wide, satisfied grin. Even though one has no way of knowing how another truly feels, or how they might in the future. You wouldn't, would you? Now that I think about it, there are plenty of other boys. You're getting together with Mel is downright absurd. Indeed. But anyway, back to what we were talking about earlier. Your family. I almost forgot. You haven't told me exactly where you came from, or anything about your... Lady Nelly, I brought a new carpet. Just look at the embroidery. The work of a true artisan. I'm simply in love with it. Surely you will find it to your liking as well. Wow, you are right. That's Florentine stitch, isn't it? I wonder whether someone mimicked the style or if it was imported. Either way, a great find. Let's hurry up and get it laid out. Oh, and we'll have to see how the colors go with everything else. We have to finish redecorating quickly so I can show Mel. He'll be so surprised. What a wonderful taste you have, Nelly. When the other Abigails returned, so too did the bustle within Nelly's room. As the white-haired girl watched, a faint smile crossed her lips. Perhaps it was from relief at having escaped Nelly's inquisition. Or perhaps... Ah, Nelly, I'm back. Did you eat something you're not supposed to, dearest Mel? You're as unusually cheerful. I'm the same as always. Anyway, never mind that, dearest Mel. Take a look at my room. I redecorated today. So that's what you've been doing, hiding away in the house all day, Nelly. How is that any different than what you were doing? You were in the church all day. I guess. I will look at your room, I promise. But first, do you know where the new maid is? No, don't get any strange ideas. I just haven't had the chance to introduce myself, and I thought I should, as a member of the family. Except you have, and I know it. Being the eldest son, it would be shameful if she were to pass me in the halls not even knowing who I am, so... And don't ask me. What? But you were in the house all day. She attends to Mother, so why would I know where she is? Though she did help redecorate my room. You made her help? That's work for the men servants. There was no reason to make the maids do it. Oh, so you're saying I should invite a bunch of men into my room? I go into your room all the time, Nelly. And you were in my bedchamber just this morning. Only one man is allowed in my bedroom, dearest Mel, and that is you. So unless you become a servant, which I will not stand for, I will not ask any of them for help. Oh, Nelly, you ought to be a little more... A little more what? If you're going to lecture me, I won't hear it. What am I going to do with you, my little lady? What? What? Why are you looking at me like that? We talked about you, dearest Mel. And I'm not going to tell you what she said. About me? What did she say? Please, Nelly. She said she has no romantic interest in you. Why did that even come up? Because we're both girls. We talk about things like what kind of boys we like and who's the most handsome. Why do you look so downtrodden, dearest Mel? You look like a sad little boy who can't get his crush to notice him. Oh, she's just skewering him over and over. That face is unbecoming of a prince, Mel. Are you interested in her? That's strange, you haven't even met. I'm not. It's just depressing to find out that someone you never even met doesn't like you. That's all. If I'm going to make my move, I must do so soon. I don't have much time. The master of the house isn't around, so next in line would be him. Oh. What is your agenda? That painting. Okay. What's happening? New chapter, it seems. But she's working in the shadows here, trying to lure Mel somehow. Despite his near devastation by Nellie's news, Mel's flaxen eyes continue to wander in hopes of catching sight of the girl. By now it should be quite obvious to tell you what Mel was feeling. But the boy himself was having difficulty comprehending the things going through his heart. Emotionally, he was horribly unstable, like a ship without a sail. And still, every time he spotted the white-haired girl, his heart would leap, his whole body jittered with anxiety and excitement. He had never felt anything like this before, and as such, he struggled to keep these strange emotions in check. Whenever he saw an opportunity, Mel would speak to the white-haired girl. On days he was unable to, he either spent in secluded silence or a distracted daze. Love is a curious thing. It has the power to change those who experience it. When he did manage to approach her, he tripped over his tongue. Again and again he talked to her, and again he stumbled. I imagine, if you were to take him to see a romance at the theater in his present state, he would cry just as much as little Nellie. We cry at tragedies because we draw parallels with our own lives. At least, that is what I think. Great tales of romance attain true gravity with the audience only when they are personally familiar with love. In any event, the white-haired girl was, as a result of this, visibly perturbed. She was delighted that he was being so kind to her, but confusion overpowered every other emotion. She appeared to be at a loss for what to do as he clumsily catapulted words and stares at her. But Mel did not back down, though he probably knew not of what caused such fiery emotion to erupt from within his breast. One's first love, in particular, tends to burn like a wildfire. Are you familiar with the sensation, Master? No? Ah. There she is. Is she cleaning? No, it looks like she's reading. It's now or never. Boo! Ah! Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Yes, that is exactly what you meant to do, jackass. Lord Mel, you very clearly meant to scare me. Because you just wouldn't notice me. What are you reading? You look pretty engrossed. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked for permission. It's fine. No need to apologize. Feel free to read whatever you want. And you're welcome to bring books back to your room if you'd like to spend more time with them. But I was just amazed that the mansion had a library. It must have been a lot of work to collect all these books. There are some pretty old books in here too. Your grandfather's? Some that he collected, and some even older than that. Take a look at this. I think it's a diary, but it's not from this country. Or this century for that matter. Maybe a feudal lord. Here's he's complaining about the quality of the harvest. Can this forsaken land only produce over-sour grapes? Forsaken land... grapes. I mean, that would be France. Could it be Greece, perhaps? If only the largest of the... Bonnier. Or maybe Bonnier. If only the largest of the Bonnier estates were mine instead. The land there is much more suitable to cultivation. There you have it. You can read this, Lord Mel. More or less. I looked over it several times already, so that wasn't too difficult. Why would such an old book be here? I'm not sure. It and all of this was already here when I moved into the mansion. Have you not lived here your whole life? I was born at our estate. But to me and Nellie, this is more like our home. We moved when I was still young. and we lived here ever since. Nellie and Mother have grown quite fond of it. Father, though, often goes back to the house because he doesn't like all the roses. By himself? Yeah, well, sometimes Mother goes with him. But for the most part, he goes alone. But don't get me wrong, it's not because they don't get along. In fact, they act more like teenagers in love than grown adults. It almost makes me sick having to watch it. It is a wonderful thing to be so close, no matter how old they may be. True, but still. There are those in the world who cannot be with the ones they care for, as much as they may wish. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That's right, the book. What were you reading? I wasn't exactly reading. I can't. I do not enjoy reading lots of text, so I was looking at the pictures. Is that so? You seem very cultured, so I have thought you would be partial to reading. Perhaps you're actually more like Nellie and skew your studies. Yes. I wouldn't have guessed. But you like looking at the pictures. I do. What else do you like? What? What do you enjoy doing? It can be anything. I enjoy being told stories. Stories? Yes, when I was young, my father would tell me tales. What kind of stories did you like? There was one about an imprisoned girl. Tell it to me. Once there was a girl, and she was locked away in a mansion deep in the forest. A mansion with only one window. But the window sat high up on the wall, far beyond her reach. So it was always very dark inside, unlike this mansion. However, the girl did not like the outside world. There were lots of scary things out there, after all. Though she may have been all alone in the mansion, she grew comfortable with the darkness in time, so she had nothing to be afraid of. And then, am I doing a good job? You're doing fine, keep going. What happened next? Okay. And then, the girl grew up. By then, she had already forgotten why she was locked up, but she was content with the darkness. However, her eyes couldn't help but be drawn to the little bit of light that spilled through the one window. Though she was comfortable in the darkness, the sight of the light made her heart race. At first, the girl thought it was because she found it unpleasant, because she disliked the light and the outside. But slowly she came to realize that she was curious about the outside world. What could be happening out there? For all she knew, the town, the forest, the people, all of it could have changed while she was imprisoned in the mansion. But she had no way of finding out. So the girl decided to write letters and throw them out the window. What began as empty grasping became routine, continuing for several months until she was finally ready to give up. But then, a beautiful white dove flew in through the window. Tied to the dove's legs was a letter. Her heart racing, she read the words contained within. It seemed to have been written by a man. The letter contained numerous questions for the girl. It also said that if she attached a reply to the dove, it would bring the letter back to him. She was astonished, but she wrote him back anyway, taking care not to mention where she was. After having exchanged letters for a number of times, the two felt very close to one another, as though they had known each other for many years, despite having never met. And eventually, the man said he wanted to meet her. Indeed. The girl was unsure what to do. Should she tell him how she lived? Should she reveal where she spent her days? She was afraid if she did, he would cease to send her letters. She was sure he believed her to be a young lady of a noble blood, and not a girl locked away in a house deep in the forest. The girl could not bring herself to write a response. She released the dove through the window with nothing attached to its leg. And yet, it returned with another letter, written in the man's familiar hand. "You must surely have a grave reason for your silence," it said. "I would like to know that reason, and I would like to help you. No matter what it may be, you have my word." She deliberated. Though his letter was kind, she did not know this man. He was from the outside. Would he still treat her the same way when he met her? And did she even want to step out into the world beyond? What do you think she did? Wrote a letter and agreed to meet him, right? Yes, she did. The girl made up her mind. She would write a letter. As always, when she tied it to the dove's leg, it flew out of the window. And for some time after that, she received no response from the man. This saddened her, but she thought it was for the best. She belonged in her own confined world, her world of darkness. But then one day, light shone into the mansion. The sealed door had been opened, and in the doorway stood a handsome young man. "I have come for you," he said. The man was a prince from a neighboring kingdom. When the girl stepped outside, before her sat a magnificent carriage, the likes of which she had never seen before, accompanied by many servants. The prince, kind as in the letters, swore his love to her, and the two lived happily ever after. Ah, what a nice story. I'm glad it had a happy ending. A prince. Oh, was there something fun about the story? No, that's not why I was laughing. Do you ever imagine what it would be like if a prince showed up for you? Huh? It doesn't have to be a real prince, even just someone like one. Is that something you dream about? Oh, no, I think I'm perhaps a little too old for that. You think so? Nellie still fantasizes about her prince, and she's 14. I just assumed all girls were the same. Lady Nellie's prince? That's you, Lord Mel, no? What? Is it not? I mean, we used to play make-believe a lot when we were kids, but I very much doubt she still thinks of me that way in earnest. When she calls me her prince now, it's almost in jest. If it weren't, that would be concerning. Oh? Oh. That story. Do you know if it's a regional tale? One that's been passed down through the ages? I am not sure. It could very well be of my father's own creation. You might think me conceited, but I think the story might be about me. The girl trapped in the mansion is you? You haven't been locked up anywhere before, have you? No, thankfully, I had never been locked up before. Thank goodness. But with an appearance like mine, I can sympathize with her being afraid of the outside world. I have, at times, imagined how wonderful life would be, if it were only me and my father. But the girl left the house in the end. If your father really wrote the story, then I believe it contains his hope for you to end up the same way. Yeah, that was I was thinking too. And not necessarily that she was the girl in the story, but that it's about moving past your troubles you've been having before, essentially. Oh? I don't have what it takes to be a real prince and whisk you away, but I can at least pretend. So, if it was your father's wish for you to see the outside world, then surely there's nothing wrong with you getting out and experience all the scenery that the world has to offer. I want to see the outside too. Or, to be more specific, other countries. So, if you'd like, we could maybe go see distant lands together. Ah, dearest Mel, I've been looking all over for you. Yeah, she's here to ruin everything. Nellie? Look at this, dearest Mel. Mother bought me those wonderful gloves to wear on walks. The roses embroidered on the wrists are just precious. Oh my, you're right. They are beautiful. You appear to be dizzy, Lord Mel. Are you feeling unwell? No, I'm fine. Poor sucker? Sop? Something like that. Mel was feeling frustrated at his inability to convey his feelings to her. And as his frustration built up over time, he developed, I suppose you could call it, a severe case of lovesickness. For several consecutive nights he had been afflicted with a peculiar sensation. A presence in his bedchamber. Oh! What? What do you mean a presence? Death. Death to the unholy one. Death to the heretic. Death to the witch. Now that is terrifying. Hello. It happened again. Kill. Man's voice. She's... Why, I never wanted her to die. Was she not eating? Seal off the tower. Understood? And no one finds out about this. A tower. Is this where the girl in the story was? How can you be so calm? Don't you understand what you've done? Pinning the blame on me? How nice it must be to be able to distort reality with panic. You're just as guilty as any of us. I never wanted her... I never wanted her to die. The witch killed her. The blood of the witch killed my... Okay. But what this dream means, if it was a dream, maybe it was just something that happened in the past. Maybe it wasn't a dream, maybe it wasn't a memory. Just a separate thing that happened. But yeah, regardless of what that was, it's something we're going to find out in the next video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And thank you, Josef, for donating directly to my Ko-fi page. If you guys want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.